Have you ever wondered why you were born in a specific month? Why your life seems to follow patterns that others don't experience? What if I told you that your birth month isn't random? It's a powerful sign that God has placed you in this world for a divine purpose. The Bible reveals that God doesn't act without intention. Ecclesiastes 3:1 says, "To everything there is a season and a time for every purpose under the heaven." Your birth month is no accident. It holds clues to the role God has designed you to fulfill. Today, we are going to explore the profound biblical meanings behind each birth month. Stay with me until the end, because if you pay attention, you might just realize that your birth date reveals something extraordinary about God's purpose for your life. Before we dive in, I want you to do two things. First, subscribe to this channel so you never miss powerful messages like this. Second, write in the comments, "I believe God created me for a special purpose." This isn't just a comment, it's a declaration of faith and your first step toward embracing your divine calling. January, the month of new beginnings. January marks the beginning of the year, a month deeply connected to creation and fresh starts. Just as God created the heavens and the earth at the beginning of time, those born in January are marked by the spirit of newness. You are a pioneer, someone chosen to start things others are afraid to begin. In Genesis 1:1 we read, "In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth." This verse points to the power of starting anew. If you were born in January, God has placed within you the gift of renewal, the ability to turn endings into new beginnings. You may find yourself constantly stepping into new roles, taking bold steps in faith, and inspiring others to follow your lead. God has equipped you to lead by example, bringing clarity where there is confusion and hope where there is despair. Like Adam, who was the first of mankind, you are designed to create, build, and lead. But remember, new beginnings often come with challenges. You may feel isolated or unsure if you're heading in the right direction, but take heart. Just as God walked with Adam in the garden, He is walking with you now. February, the month of compassion and dedication. February-born individuals possess a unique ability to connect deeply with others. You have a heart that feels deeply, empathizing with pain and celebrating joy with intensity. The Bible describes this gift in Romans 12:15. "Rejoice with those who rejoice, mourn with those who mourn." You have been given the gift of healing, whether through your words, your presence, or your kindness. Like Samuel, whose dedication to God shaped his entire life, you are called to serve others with a pure heart. Samuel was dedicated to God before his birth, and his unwavering commitment helped him become one of the greatest prophets of Israel. Your compassion is not weakness, it is your greatest strength, one that God uses to restore those who are broken. The people you comfort may forget your words, but they will never forget how you made them feel. Through your empathy, God is using you to be a reflection of His love on earth. March, the month of faith and renewal. March is a month marked by courage and spiritual strength. If you were born in March, you are called to stand strong in the face of trials. Like Noah, who built an ark when the world doubted him, you have the ability to hold on to faith when others waver. In Hebrews 11:7 it says, "By faith Noah, when warned about things not yet seen, in holy fear built an ark to save his family." Noah's ability to trust God despite the unknown is what preserved his family and changed the course of history. You may often feel like God is calling you into uncharted territory, asking you to walk by faith when the path is unclear. This is no mistake. You were born to trust in His timing and rely on His strength. In these moments of uncertainty, God is preparing you to become a pillar of strength for others. April, the month of transformation and breakthrough. Those born in April are marked by the spirit of resurrection. Like Jesus, who triumphed over death and rose again, you have the power to rise above obstacles that seem insurmountable. You are destined to turn setbacks into stepping stones and trials into triumphs. The resurrection of Jesus was the ultimate display of victory over defeat. John 11:25 says, "I am the resurrection and the life. The one who believes in me will live even though they die." April-born individuals carry the strength to inspire others with their resilience. The battles you face are not to break you. They are to build you for something greater. God has equipped you with the courage to stand firm and the wisdom to embrace every challenge as a tool for transformation. May, the month of courage and spiritual authority. People born in May are marked by boldness and strength. Like David, who faced Goliath with unwavering courage, you are called to stand firm in the face of adversity. God has placed within you the heart of a warrior, one who refuses to be intimidated by life's giants. In 1 Samuel 17:45, David boldly declared to Goliath, "You come against me with sword and spear, but I come against you in the name of the Lord Almighty." Your faith is your weapon, and with it you will overcome trials that others fear. When you stand firm in God's promises, you will inspire those around you to trust in His power and goodness. June, the month of wisdom and balance. If you were born in June, God has gifted you with wisdom beyond your years. Like King Solomon, who asked God for wisdom instead of wealth or power, you are called to be a voice of guidance for those who are lost. Your ability to see solutions where others see confusion makes you a natural leader. People seek you out because they sense that God has placed insight and clarity within you. Trust in this gift. It is your calling to lead others into peace and understanding. James 1:5 reminds us, "If any of you lacks wisdom, you should ask God, who gives generously to all without finding fault, and it will be given to you." July, the month of spiritual insight and revelation. July-born individuals are marked by their relentless pursuit of truth. Like the Apostle John, who was given powerful revelations on the island of Patmos, you have been gifted with the ability to see what others overlook. Revelation 1:10-11 tells us that John was in the Spirit on the Lord's day, when he received extraordinary visions about the end times and the kingdom of God. This connection with divine truth made John one of the most powerful voices in the early church. Likewise, if you were born in July, you have a special sensitivity to spiritual realities. While others see problems, you see purpose. While others see chaos, you see God's plan unfolding. You may find yourself drawn to deep questions about life, faith, and eternity. God has given you the gift of spiritual perception. He speaks to you in moments of silence, through dreams, or in quiet reflections. It's not a coincidence. You've been chosen to hear His voice and share His truth. However, this gift may feel like a burden at times. You may feel misunderstood or isolated, just as John was exiled to the island of Patmos. But remember this: John's isolation became the platform for his most powerful revelation. If you felt alone or unheard, trust that God is preparing you for something extraordinary. Your insights, your revelations, and your wisdom are meant to bring light to others. Embrace this calling. When God shows you something, don't keep it to yourself. Share it. There are people waiting to be guided by the truth you carry. August, the month of strength and leadership. Those born in August are destined for leadership. Like Moses, who led the Israelites through the wilderness, you have been called to guide others toward God's promises. Exodus 3:10 says, "So now go. I am sending you to Pharaoh to bring my people, the Israelites, out of Egypt." Moses felt unqualified for this role, yet God empowered him to lead despite his doubts. Likewise, you may feel unprepared or unsure of your abilities, but know this: God has equipped you with strength beyond what you can see. August-born individuals are marked by resilience. When others are weary, you have the stamina to press on. When others give up, you rise to the challenge. You are built to endure and lead by example. God has placed you in this world to be a pillar of strength for your family, community, and even strangers who cross your path. Yet, leadership also demands responsibility. Just as Moses carried the weight of the Israelites' struggles, you may feel burdened by the needs of those around you. But don't be discouraged. God will supply you with the strength, courage, and wisdom you need to fulfill your calling. Your greatest impact will come not from your own power, but from trusting in the one who leads you. September, the month of divine order and purpose. If you were born in September, you're called to bring order to chaos. Like Nehemiah, who rebuilt the walls of Jerusalem, you have the ability to organize, plan, and establish structure where others see confusion. Nehemiah 2:17 says, "You see the trouble we are in. Jerusalem lies in ruins. Come, let us rebuild the wall of Jerusalem, and we will no longer be in disgrace." Nehemiah's ability to create order allowed God's people to regain security and stability. Similarly, God has entrusted you with the wisdom to build strong foundations that will impact generations to come. Whether it's strengthening families, leading businesses, or supporting ministries, your gift lies in creating order and stability. But know this: spiritual attacks often target those who are called to build. Just as Nehemiah faced opposition when rebuilding the walls, you may face resistance in your mission. Stand firm in God's promises and remember that He is strengthening your hands for the task ahead. Your work is not in vain. You are fulfilling a divine purpose that aligns with God's perfect plan. October, the month of renewal and restoration. October-born individuals are marked by the spirit of renewal. Like the prophet Ezekiel, who prophesied to dry bones and saw them come to life, you have been gifted with the ability to bring restoration to broken situations. In Ezekiel 37:5, God declared, "This is what the sovereign Lord says to these bones: I will make breath enter you, and you will come to life." Just like Ezekiel, you are called to speak life into situations that appear hopeless. You may often find yourself encouraging those who are struggling, restoring peace to fractured relationships, or inspiring people to believe again. This is no coincidence. God has placed you as a vessel of hope and renewal. Even when circumstances seem impossible, your presence carries the power to uplift and restore. God has called you to be a voice of hope, someone who reminds others that His power can breathe life into what seems lifeless. November, the month of vision and discernment. Those born in November are marked by spiritual insight. Like Joseph, who interpreted dreams and foresaw the future, you have the gift of vision. God speaks to you through dreams, revelations, and spiritual understanding. Genesis 41:16 says, "I cannot do it." Joseph replied to Pharaoh, "But God will give Pharaoh the answer he desires." Joseph's gift of vision not only saved Egypt from famine, but also positioned him to fulfill God's greater plan for his people. Your ability to see beyond the present allows you to guide others with wisdom and strength. Embrace this gift, for it is your calling to prepare others for what lies ahead. When you trust in God's leading, He will reveal insights that others may overlook. December, the month of light and redemption. If you were born in December, you carry the light of Christ within you. Like Jesus, who was born to bring salvation to the world, you are called to bring joy, peace, and hope to those around you. In John 8:12, Jesus said, "I am the light of the world. Whoever follows me will never walk in darkness, but will have the light of life." That same light is reflected in you. Your life is meant to shine brightly in dark places. When others feel lost, you offer clarity. When others are discouraged, you bring comfort. God has called you to reflect His love and truth in everything you do. If this message has spoken to you, declare in the comments, "I believe God created me for a special purpose." Embrace your calling and know that you were born at just the right time for a divine reason.